In the film The Long Game, there's a fantastic scene where Jay Hernandez and his students that he brings from the high school, their golf team, to the state champions in 1957. And they're greeted by the student tournaments commissioner, president, and they shake hands. And he says, "Oh, I assumed you guys were American." And Jay and his character, World War II vet, post-traumatic syndrome in the movie, smiles at him and says, "You assume correctly. That is the long game. That is the game with grace. That is the game of civility in hoping sooner or later to win over those who seemingly are opposed to you, against you, don't understand you. Kill them with kindness, as they say. Kill them with kindness." But then there's that other side, that Chicano side, that edge side. Maybe in this example here of the film, that side of the students in the late 50s going into the 60s saying, "I'm not going to be graceful at all. This is who I am. You come at me. What's up?" That Chicano resistance is not nothing new. That Chicano resistance has actually been happening for over 150 years. But let me pull it back. Let me pull it back because there is the grace, and then there is the Chicano resistance. That one of who are you calling illegal? Who are you calling a foreigner? My people have been here forever. So there's those two big camps. Like those are the biggest camps when it comes to Mexican Americans who are U.S. citizens when they are thrown that label of illegal alien. And again, I'm telling you guys, this is nothing new. I just use that example of the 50s when it was a little more rampant and it was a little more par for the course in our society that certain people weren't allowed in certain country clubs, et cetera, et cetera. Those days are gone, right? We've come a long way. And I am so happy and grateful for that. And for one, love this country that we're in and that we can all come together and be united on a lot of issues. However, right now, we are talking about a news item that's popped up. And I give you that context as a background. I want background. I want background. So you guys get where I'm coming from with this news item article. Here we go. North Carolina student suspended for correctly defining alien in English class. This is a 16-year-old boy who was in an English class, a let's say, lack of better words, a gringo, Caucasian child, 16-year-old boy in an English class, and they are having a vocabulary lesson. Now, I did a little digging to find out what was going on, and here was going on. It's a vocabulary lesson, and the teacher put it up. Use the word alien, define alien, put it in a sentence. I don't know what. So the student asked, what do you mean alien? Space alien or illegal alien without a green card? Now, he was directing this from what the reports are. He's directed at no one in particular, at the teacher, but a Latino, a Hispanic kid took offense and jawed off and says, I'm gonna beat your ass up. What 16-year-old boys do. That's what they do. Okay, so there was some heated words. There was a heated exchange. I don't know what. It was at that time the assistant principal took them out and squelched it. Said, "Hey, was this racial? Was this malintent?" And both kids say, "No, it wasn't." And that's where the teaching lesson should have begun and ended. That's where common sense should have begun and ended, and it was. However, later on, I don't know if it was the same assistant principal or a different one, took it upon themselves to goat, let's say, the Hispanic kid and say, are you sure this wasn't racial? Are you sure this is a separate meeting later on down? And apparently it was. Apparently it was. And now this kid, this child, the 16-year-old kid, was suspended for racism for 3 days. He's also a track star. He was off the track team for 3 days. This goes on his record, potentially ruining his collegiate career. Now, but as I was saying, perhaps in that second meeting, more details had unfurled. Let's just say, for argument's sake, that the Latino kid and the Caucasian kid, maybe they have a personal strife against each other, as you know, teenage boys do. That's just how it is. It's part of growing up. And let's just say, maybe in the past, maybe not there in class, they've had some words with each other, some heated words. Let's just go to that extra step and say maybe at the end of the day, they threw back racial epithets to each other. It could be from illegal alien to wetback to greaser, and at the same time, cracker, gringo, stupid white boy, whatever that is. Let's just say that happened prior to that little incident in class. So what? It's what kids do. Kids are not nice. We are not nice in school to each other. That's just part of the learning. That's just part of learning some sort of civility with each other and how to act. That's where our parents come in. That's where our teachers come in. And our teachers come in to teach, not to condemn. It seemed that this kid never had a problem before, one that would warrant a suspension, and yet this was a hard crackdown. One where the assistant principal has to this date yet to change. They won't change it. So I definitely would see this as a wonderful teaching moment. And if this was the case, if they had history, hey man, these words mean this. It's not cool. Hey, these words also mean this, and it's not cool. Where's the common sense? Where's the middle ground? Where is the teachable moment? Because this kid is now, stamped with being a racist, and he's probably returning back to school. And the Latino kid, what does he get out of it? What does him and his family get out of it? Again, even if this was the case, even if this kid was a, let's say he was a bully, this track star, and if he is, that will get out. Again, a teachable moment. So you got the grace of the long game or the resistance of that Chicano fervor. To me, both have always been understandable, and both have had their good outcomes and their bad outcomes. But again, I say that this is nothing new, so it's probably such a sore, sensitive topic, depending on your Latino family, et cetera, that there might have been a knee-jerk reaction. There obviously was, where the kid says, "I'm going to kick your ass." I What I got right now, just by doing a little digging, and I'm going to leave you with this. There is an audio interview with the mother of the child who was suspended. I got to tell you, she makes a lot of sense. They seem to be they seem to be a really good family. I would love to hear from the other family as well. I'm going to leave you with that link. I'm going to leave it to you to make up your decisions. Because listen, we all have our preconceived, thoughts about groups of people. Some might be unfounded, some might be ignorant, some might be based on your personal experience, right? But we all have them. So again, here would have been a fantastic teachable moment to bring these two boys together and move forward. Now you have this condemnation. Now you have all these, activist groups coming on in. This is racism. This is that. This is this. This is that. Where at the end of the day, this is a very personal, real people that are involved. Now, I leave that to you, and whatever you decide with, make sure you are informed. All that good jazz wherever you're at. Keep your slant fuerte. Gracias.